welcome to my North Knit Corner. My name is Anne and I come to you from the south of Norway. Here I live with my husband, our 3 boys and our little dog. And I am so happy to be here today. I am so excited to talk to you about some knitting. And welcome if you've been here before. Welcome if you're here for the first time. I'm so grateful that you are here. Hope that you want to join me. Sit down with your craft, something good to drink, and let's have a great time together. I have timestamps on this episode, and I also have information about everything I talk about in the description box below this episode. Before I start to talk about FOs, I can talk about what I'm wearing. I am wearing the Stria by Andrea Mowry. I finished this the summer of 2022, I believe. And I have knitted this in Sunny Sunday in the color Kit. I think it's 10-15. And also a lot of minis from Through the Wardrobe yarn. I bought like this mini set with a lot of different colors in, which I used in the stripes. It's half fisherman's rib, so I can't say I enjoyed to knit it. I used a long time on this, but it got done in the end. I haven't used it a lot. I think it's very difficult to know how to style it. I don't really have things that go well with it. I don't know if it's because I have so many different colors in the stripes, or I don't know. But I put on the Tonight top, which is from last fall. It's a pattern by Lilygate Makes, and it's knitted in Filcolana Vetta in a black color. And yeah, I think it goes. It's okay. I'm not sure if I like that either, but I tried on so many different tops to have in this, and I didn't like any of it, even some shirts. And yeah, I tried on so many different things today just because I really wanted to wear the jacket. I haven't used it so much, but still it's very, and it has so many bubbles, or it's so pilly, so I have to de-pill it. But yeah, it's not been used a lot, and that's sad because it was a little bit of a struggle to knit. So I should use it more. But I'm wearing it today. The first FO I want to talk about is not really an FO today, but it was an FO last time. And it's the Paul Klee sweater by Midori Hirose. I talked to you a lot about this last time and showed you that I didn't really like the neck or the color on the sweater. It looks really funny, and you agreed and gave me a lot of good tips to how I could fix it. So thank you so much for that. I have fixed it now. And many of you suggested that I could fold it down and sew it down, but that didn't really work out because it was not, when I tried to fold it down, it didn't look good. So I decided that I would just cut it off. So I put in a needle and I cut off the collar. I also cut away the German short rows that I had done, because it looked like some of the issue was in that section with the short rows, that was the reason the color looked weird. So I cut off that as well, and I tried on the sweater before I started to do something with the new color, and I thought it looked nice. And I found out that I think that if I knit a new color, even though I had less stitches, it wouldn't look too good. then I had to do something like this to make a little, is it called a mock neck? I'm not sure, but a little tight and long collar. I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself good. But I decided I didn't want that on this sweater, so I went for an I-cord like I talked about last time. Someone suggested that I should do an I-cord in the orange color that I also had used in my first section of the sweater. And I decided to go for that, so here it is. So this is my fall klee sweater, all done, all fixed. I will put up some b-roll or some pictures of me wearing this so you can see how it looks now, and maybe a before picture as well. Yeah, but I'm really happy with how it turned out, happy with the I-cord, and yeah, now I think I'm going to wear this sweater a lot more than if I had kept the color that was there from before. So happy that I just did this right away. I did it pretty fast after the last episode, just so it wouldn't be put away and forgotten about. So really happy with how it looks now. Then I have knitted the square for the month. I've talked about this every month since May, because here in Norway a lot of knitting podcasters have gone together to create some squares. It's a new podcaster that creates a square every month. This month it is a lady from, or a lady called Eddrun. She has a podcast called Eddrun Haugen. It's a Norwegian podcast. A very sweet lady who knits in the most beautiful colors. She's really good with colors, or to choose colors for her projects. But she made a square called the diamond square. And as always, I am knitting in Rauma finull on needles 3.5 millimeter, which is US4. The green is 458 in Rauma finull. So I have another square for my blanket, and this weighs 20 grams. So that's the square for this month. All done. Then I am done with something that Samuel, my 9-year-old, has been asking me for a while to knit, and it's a battle axe. Here it is. This is a free pattern on Ravelry called Battle Axe from Hahn. And I have used a lot of acrylic yarn that I had in my stash. The brown on the stick here is wool yarn. It's a very straightforward, easy pattern to knit. Yeah, nothing special. It's knitted on 3 millimeter needles, US 2.5. The only thing that is difficult with this is how to put it together. There wasn't any good instructions on how to do that. I can't expect that either because it's a free pattern, but it only says sew on. So you have to use this tube to sew on this axe. I'm not sure what you call that in English, but these. So I have sewn them on. Probably not right there, but yeah. And you see it's very floppy. So in here I have cardboard, and I also had this what do you call this in English? I I don't know. There's something else in here as well that's making the cardboard not oh, so many words I can't remember. Yeah. Anyways, this is stiff, but this is not, because it's sewn on. So we have to find something to make it more stable. My husband is on the case, so we'll see if he can manage to find something that we can put maybe in the back here to make it stable. Of course, this is not something you can play very hard with, but but at least it's a fun little thing. So I'm done with this. Of course, he's not very happy with it being like this, but I don't know how the people that have made this before have done this, or if it's the same for them, because of course there's no, it's just sewn on, so you don't have any stabilization, or yeah. So we'll see if we can do something about it. But that's the battle axe. I used up 90 grams of yarn for this. Yes. Then I'm done with some socks, of course. Always some socks. It's the Summer Camp Socks by Zielinski. A free pattern on Ravelry. Here they are. Oops. Yeah. It's a very easy, fun pattern. It's just a 3x1 rib all the way, and some fun stripes. It reminds me of these tennis socks that we used to have, which also was very long in the, what do you call this? Not the cuff, but the cuff is here. But this part, the leg, maybe you call it just the leg. It's a long leg. And we always used to just do like this with the tennis socks. I don't know if that's a thing other places in the world, but that's what they remind me of because of the stripes and the long leg. I've knitted this in hand-dyed yarn. The green one is from a Norwegian dyer called Ulltøsne. The color is called Era. And the black is also hand-dyed, but I'm not sure who dyed it because I have lost the ball band. I've knitted this on 2.25mm needles, US 1. And they weigh 83 grams. Last FO today is some Christmas ornaments. I am still going strong on that, and I have knit some mini sweaters. A free pattern called Mini Crop Puff from Geraldrine Yang. I've knitted 5 on 2.25mm needles, US 1, in different scraps. You need about 7 to 10 grams of yarn for each one. I'll show them to you, but maybe I have to put up a picture. I'm not sure if you can see them well. I think they are very cute. They took about a little over an hour to knit, and they are cute little raglan sweaters. You knit a few rows for the color in 1x1 ribbing, and then you increase with the raglan. You have one raglan stitch, and then you increase on either side for a few rows, and then you knit a little bit of the body, or you put the sleeves on hold, then you knit the body, and then the sleeves. Very cute. And I could have a little raglan or a raglan sweater for myself in my size in all of these colors. That would be great. I think they look so nice. These three are hand-dyed yarn, different yarn dyers, and these two are some scraps I inherited from a viewer who sent me some of her scraps, which I'm so grateful for. So yeah, I'm not sure if I should put a little string on them to hang them up. I think what I will do is try to find some cute little hangers to hang them on. I'm sure I can find that in some kind of craft store, or maybe some keychains could be fun. I'm not sure, but something like that. Yeah, and these are not very Christmassy. I'm not sure if I'm going to embroider something on them, Christmassy things, or if I should just leave them as is. Yeah, we'll see. But a fun little project, and I will make more of them. But I think it's good to circulate the patterns that I'm knitting, so I don't get tired of them. So I have some new things every other week. I think I change my Christmas ornament pattern, so I need something new. Yeah, so I will get back to them later on. I'll quickly just show you a couple of whips that you have seen before. I won't talk too much about them, so you won't get bored of them. But I just want to show you some progress. I'm still knitting on the sweater for my friend called Kløver sweater by Scrappy. It's a Norwegian pattern. I'm knitting in these two colors. It's Scrappy yarn, Suri lamb's wool. Yeah, and I've talked about the yarn before, but it's not very enjoyable to knit with. But now I have come a little bit of a way. Let's see, you can see from my progress keeper here. So that's what I've knitted since the last time from this progress keeper. And now I have cast off some side stitches in both sides here, which I'm very happy about. It looks very nice. I got a little bit of a steam on this and I knitted on. I just wanted to get to that point where I could cast off the side stitches and start with the front and the back. My problem was that I had read the instructions for the size medium, and I thought I had, and I'm knitting a size small, so I had knitted too much of the chart, because the medium is going to be a little bit longer than the small one. So I knitted for 3.5 hours, and then I used 10 minutes to rip it back. So boring. And in this terrible yarn, that was not fun. But it had to be done, because this is for my friend. If it had been for me, maybe I would just have continued, but at the same time, this is what we call a yarn package in Norwegian. I don't know if you guys have that abroad, where they put yarn that you need for a size small and the pattern in a package, and they sell the package with the yarn and the pattern together. I'm not sure, but they do here. So I only have the amount of yarn that's needed for the small, so I had to rip back. I didn't have possible, or I couldn't take the chance that it would be enough yarn, and it's not for me. But still, I feel like this is a little bit short. I feel like it should have been longer before I cast off the sides, but because the arms are of course going here, and of course I have to knit the front and the back separately, and so I'm not sure how. Yeah, try to see. I'm not sure. Maybe it's okay. I am doing what the pattern is saying now. I've checked, I have read. But yeah, so that's how far I've come. Now I have to knit the front and the back, and of course I have to knit the pattern or the color work on the wrong side as well. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. That's not so fun, but I'll do my best. The next one you also seen before. It's not a lot of progress, but I just want to show you what I have done, and it's the No Frills cardigan by Petiteknit, which is for me. I'm knitting size small in the colors or the yarn Drops Flora and Drops Kid Silk. The Drops Flora is number 8 brown. The Kid Silk is 42 almond. And I think I had put the sleeves on hold last time as well, but I have knitted a little bit more. And I just love this color. I think it looks really nice. This has become a project that I just bring with me when I'm out and about. I'm not knitting on this much at home, just because it's a very nice project to bring when I am going out to things where I'm just sitting and chatting with friends or something like that, because it's just back and forth for a long time, because this is going to be a long cardigan. So I'm not knitting on this much at home, so it goes very slowly, but I will today put on a progress keeper so you can see next time how much I actually have knitted. So tell me if you think it's boring to see whips that's knitted slowly every time, or you just want to see them when it's happened something major with them, because I'm not sure if you think it's interesting to see them again and again, and it's only been a little bit of knitting. So if that's boring, please tell me, because I don't have to show them every time. But I'm a little bit proud of this, that I have managed to really push through. So I really wanted to tell you about this. But I have cast on something new as well, which is a little bit more exciting. And this is a sweater that I've been thinking about for so long, because it was, I really liked it before it came out, and it was just been teasing on Instagram. And then so many people knit it, especially here in Norway. So many podcasters knitted this sweater, and I really, really liked it and wanted it. But I also really don't want to just cast or join in the like, I don't always want to knit what everyone else is knitting, but I really like this sweater and I wanted it, and now the storm has calmed and I don't see it as often in podcasts and Instagram anymore. So it's time for me to knit it. I've had the yarn for a few years. I won it at the podcaster meetup a few years ago, and I thought that's perfect for this sweater. The sweater is Field Sweater by Camilla. I'm knitting it in a yarn that is discontinued. It's Sandnes Tove. It's 100% wool in this beautiful brown color. It looks kind of marled with lighter and darker colors in there. And I am knitting size 1 on the needles, let me see, 3 and 3.5 millimeters, US 2.5 and 4. And I think this sweater looks so nice. I have tried just taking it over my head like this, and it looks so nice. It's going to be perfect. I have a lot of stitch markers in here just to keep track of the different wheat, what you call this in English again? Wheat, yeah, I'm not sure what you call them. But yeah, I think they look so nice. Many people said it was kind of a struggle to knit because of these things, give me a second to find out what you call it. Grain pattern. Yes, I think it looks wonderful, but it was a struggle, they say, because of the grains that you make. You have a lot of loops that you have to knit into, and it's not so easy to always catch all the loops. So some places I actually have discovered that I didn't get all the loops, and I have just put in some small light bulb stitch markers to remember just that I have to secure them when I get to them later, because I've knitted too far and then I can't save it, so that's just how I have done that. Luckily, I don't think it's in very many places, but I think I have to go over and check that I have catch all the loops. But it looks great. I'm finished with the grain pattern now. I did that yesterday, and I will start on some German short rows in the back, and then I will continue on the yoke and soon split for sleeves. So excited. And then it's just stockinette, I think, for the rest of the sweater. So excited. I only have 6 balls of this yarn because it was something I won, and it's discontinued several years ago. So I know some people might have it, but I think that I will either have enough, or I will only make shorter sleeves, either short sleeves or a 3/4 sleeves. I'm not sure if that's the right, but as you see, I put a stitch marker here just to show you where I stopped with the first ball of yarn, and I only knitted a couple of rounds with the new ball, so one ball goes very far, I think. So I have hopes that I will have enough, but if not, I just make shorter sleeves. It's really sad that this yarn is discontinued. It's such a lovely yarn. I love to knit with it. It was kind of difficult to knit with steel needles, but I changed to wooden needles, which is a lot more sharper, and it's a joy to knit with those. So yeah, it's a little bit scratchy, but I don't mind. So it's going to be a great sweater. Last thing that I'm knitting on, I'm sure you can guess. I'm knitting on another pair of socks. I feel like I have cheated a little bit because, as you know, if you've been here before, I pick a new sock pattern. I have a lot of notes in a jar, and I pick a new with different sock patterns written on them, and I pick a new note every, I'm sure note is not the right way to say it, but I don't know anything. I don't know what other word you use, but I pick one of those and I get a new pattern. Yeah. So I feel like I've cheated, like I say, because the pattern that I picked this time was a beautiful pattern with a lot of color works. It was a Christmas sock, but the problem is I'm trying to use from a stash and I didn't have enough of the main color, and I needed a kind of a light main color for this sock. So my plan is, and I don't have a lot of neutral colors to use for the main colors when I get these kind of socks with a lot of color work. So this weekend I have asked my husband that we can take a trip into the city next to us, which is Kristiansand. It's a big city where I grew up. So we will go there, and they have a few yarn stores that sell filcolana. They don't sell that in the local yarn store, so I want to go there and see if I can find some neutral colors in filcolana or something similar this weekend. So I think that's fair to buy to have for these socks, and I will use a lot of my stash yarn and scraps that I have in between together with it. But that was a lot of talking to say that I have started a new pair of socks, the weekend shorty socks by Summer Lee. I guess a lot of you already know about Summer Lee and all of her beautiful socks. She's an amazing designer and she has a lot of great sock patterns. The Weekend Shorty Socks is a free pattern, and I have knitted one with all scraps. This is the size small. I think it's 6 sizes in the pattern from child to adult. So I'm knitting the size small. I am knitting on 2.25mm needles, US 1, with different scraps. So it's mostly hand-dyed yarn, but the purple is Sane Sisu. Yeah. So that is my one sock. I am knitting on the other one, barely, just started it. And I am changing up the colors, so they will be siblings, but not twins. Yeah, I think I just will reverse the order of them. And the main color here will be the same, I think. So they are a lot of fun, and I knitted this in less than a day because I really enjoyed it. It's an easy sock and nothing special about it, but it is just fun to change up the colors and everything. And just a heel flapping gusset, and yeah. So that is the sock that I am knitting on now. I think I will be done with that soon, because it's a fun in-between knitting to have. So I actually have some Yarnjoy to show you today. I went to a yarn shop that's just outside our little town, and it's called Hosianne. It's a mother and daughter that is running a beautiful, cozy yarn shop in a barn. And I always enjoy going there because they are so welcoming and always have time to chat and are so helpful. And I told them that I wanted to knit the Dagmar jacket by Petiteknit for my mother-in-law. She is having a significant birthday this year, and her name is Dagmar, so it's very fitting that she gets a Dagmar jacket. And Petiteknit has used a yarn that's Danish, and it's not so easy for me to get it. I know some maybe in the Oslo is selling it, maybe somewhere else, but that's yeah, I wanted to go into the yarn shop and see the colors and everything, so I decided to go and get some help from them to choose another yarn. And I am a little bit skeptical to the yarn that I got, but I trust the ladies that are in the yarn shop, so I hope it will be good. They say so, and I trust them. It's Sannes Kos, this blown yarn. In the color Whipped Cream, 1021. No, I'm lying to you. I'm getting my yarns confused. This is not Whipped Cream, this is light gray. And it has this fun marled look. So I have to knit a gauge swatch this time. I just have to, because I'm making it for someone else, and it's a yarn that I just have to see how it looks before I start. I love the yarn. I love Kos. It's a great yarn. It's 62% alpaca, 9% wool, and 29% nylon. Yeah, so I am hoping it will look good. I did see a jacket with a lot of cables knitted up in this in the store, and the cables look great, so I trust that it will be okay. Then I have another plan that I've had for a while. I really want to knit the Salty Days sweater by Kuto Wakika, Veronica Lindberg. She has a lot of beautiful patterns, and the Salty Days has been on my radar for quite some time. So I hope I can cast that on very soon. I just have to maybe finish one of the other big projects first. I don't have to, but we'll see. I'm so excited to cast this on. Double Sunday in the color Whipped Cream. And that is number 1012, together with a white Dale Kid Silk Erle. It's number 4001. So not very exciting colors this time, but I think that Salty Days will look very nice with the lighter color, and also the Dagmar jacket to show off the structure and the cables and everything. I just want to quickly mention the podcast Fruitful Hands. I watched them yesterday and I really enjoy watching them. And if you are not familiar with them, it's Diana and Katie. They are a mother-daughter duo, and they are very, very warm, inviting, and it's always so nice to spend some knitting time together with them. And I highly recommend that you take a look at their channel if you're like me and love to watch knitting podcasts. Hopefully you do, if you're still here. So the Fruitful Hands podcast, I might have been talking about them before, but I just love them so much. They look like some people that I would really enjoy spending time with, and happy that I get to do that through their podcast. So highly recommend. And that is everything I had to talk about today. I feel like I have flown through this podcast talking about the projects, hopefully not too fast. So I hope I haven't worn you out but I hope you had some good knitting time or crochet or whatever you have been up to while you have listened to me. Have a great day, evening, week, weekend. Take care of yourself and the people around you. And I am looking forward to talk more about knitting with you in a couple of weeks. Bye, everyone.